to my YouTube channel, Harriet Maloba here. Today again we are having another simple recipe because of the overripe fruit. So I decided I come up with something instead of throwing it away because it's very ripe. So we are going to do what we call pineapple upside down. So the cake normally uses a canned fruits because those ones have been cut in a specific way, but you can still use yours. So we have pineapple. We are going to use 2 cups of margarine, 1.5 cup of sugar, because for the fruits, the pineapple is sweet, so that is sweetness. And then to caramelize the pineapple, we will use about 1/2 cup of sugar. So that's why I had to reduce 1/2 cup of sugar here, because it's going to be compensated here. And then we have 4 cups of flour. We will have 5 eggs, but if your eggs are very big, you can still use 4 eggs and you'll still get a good consistency. So because the eggs we will be adding one at a time, so we will see how the consistency is going to be. And then we will have cherries to place down for that upside down, because it's called a pineapple upside down. It's when we turn like this, then the pineapples are the ones that are seen on top, and during cooking they are to go down. We are still going to have vinegar, 2 spoons. We'll still have vanilla essence, 2 spoons. Vinegar we normally use, it helps in aerating the cake and make it a bit lighter. And we are going to use baking powder and some bit of bicarbonate of soda. So let's get to the making. So we first of all begin with preheating our oven. That is 160 degrees. So that by the time we are done mixing the cake, the oven would have preheated to the required temperatures. So we will begin by creaming. The mixing method of our cake is creaming. So we will begin by creaming margarine and sugar. So first of all, let's soften the margarine. Then now we add our sugar. So always when you are creaming, you'll have to keep scooping away from the sides so that you can continue and let it cream faster. So when you're using the hand mixer, you begin with low speed. Once it has softened, Now it is mixing. That's when you can increase the speed. Like now I've increased the speed. The reason I have a padded cloth below my bowl, it's so that the bowl does not slip, so that it can easily, because the cloth holds it into place. So once our mixture is now ready, we will beat in the eggs. So we should have eggs, one at a time, and we will add slowly, not all the eggs at the same time. We had already sieved our flour, so we are going to add in the baking powder and the bicarbonate of soda. Two leveled. And one. So you add in slowly to avoid the mixture curdling. We don't want the mixture to curdle. When it curdles, it normally affects the results of the cake. In case you see the eggs are overwhelming the mixture and it's beginning to curdle, then you can always add in a spoon of flour and you continue creaming. Because a spoon of flour will always correct the texture, so it will stop curdling. Now we can fold in the flour. You can see how the mixture looks like. So we keep adding the mixture slowly, the flour slowly, as we fold it in. Meanwhile, we put the tin into the oven so that it can melt the margarine, because we don't need to brush the way we normally prepare the tin like the ordinary cake. We need to melt the margarine so that we can be able to arrange the pineapple down. The margarine will help in caramelizing the brown sugar. So it can be melting slowly as we fold in the flour. So folding in will help you to retain the air that was incorporated in during creaming. So we have 4 spoons of milk, but that will depend with the consistency after we have finished adding this flour. The eggs normally, the size of the eggs normally can determine whether you will continue with the milk or not, because it's optional. We'll check our consistency after, and then we see. Remember, we still have vinegar, 2 spoons, and vanilla essence. Or even before you put the milk, let's say your pineapple was very juicy, that it has some when you cut, it has some juice that is going down the plates, like that one, then you can always add that juice before you really get into the milk. Actually, you can see our cake has the correct consistency. We don't need to add the milk, so we will not use milk. So let's get our tin. So the margarine, you make sure it goes even into the sides of the tin. And then you sprinkle the brown sugar. Make sure it's evenly distributed. And then now we can arrange our pineapples. You can have your cherries. There is no formula of arranging, depends with your creativity. So once we have our cake, our tin done, then now we can pour in our mixture. Make sure the corners of the tins are filled. So that we have an even cake. This you can make either for tea or as a dessert. But if you are doing it as a dessert, you make sure the caramel is so much so that when you turn it onto your platter, it has the caramel acts as a sauce. Or if it's very dry, then you can make maybe a pineapple sauce on the side and serve it as a dessert. But if you're just serving it as a tea item, then if it's dry, it doesn't matter. Make sure you scrub off all the cake mixture. Make it flat. And you can shake it a bit to make sure that it goes to the corners and that it's even. And then we can now put it in the oven. So we put it in. If the tin is just one, then you always advised to place it in the middle of the oven so that the heat inside the distribution it's equally. But if you had two tins, then that's when you'd put side by side. 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. That's when we will be ready. Confirm. Yeah, it's clean. It has taken shorter than the time, so it's actually 160 degrees the first 15 minutes, then you reduce to 150 and finish up in 45 minutes. So it didn't even take an hour. So it's going to stand briefly. We give it time to shrink up, then we turn it. So our cake has turned out. You can see you can have your own designs of the pineapple. You can place them whichever way. Plus you can have red cherries and green cherries, because cherries are in different colors. You can interchange and you serve your people cake. These fruits which overripe and children don't want to eat them when they are very ripe, you can utilize them by making something out of them. So this is our pineapple upside down. We leave it to cool a bit. So if we wanted it for dessert, you would put more of the brown sugar and then you'd use more of the margarine so that it can have some syrupy juice overflowing. But if you just want it for tea, then you minimize the sugar and the margarine so that it can just come out a bit dry. So thank you so much, people, for watching my content. Thank you so much for the support. I don't take it for granted. Kindly continue commenting down below and saying exactly what you would want to see, and I will try my level best to bring it to you. Please don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends and family members, and tell them to click the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video, they are amongst the first people to see that video. Thank you and have a blessed one.